Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kamian, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Overcoming Obstacles framework that I have come up with. It is a framework that I am using in my own life to try and get over difficult situations, obstacles and situations that just straight up aren't easy to deal with. And admittedly, I'm in the middle of my own framework right now. I can't say that I've kind of gone all the way through the other side, but it's a framework that I've come up with to help me on my journey to get past the obstacles, the frustrations, and the issues that come up trying to achieve your goals. And my goal from this video is to share this with the intranets and the YouTubes and wherever else, and hopefully there is just one person out there who can take something away from this framework and this methodology that I've come up with. And so, without further ado, let's hop into it. So, the first step of this Overcoming Obstacles framework is the don't know you don't know stage, otherwise talked about as unconscious incompetence. So, at the beginning of any journey, this is where you start, right? You basically are at a point where you are emotionally feeling happy-go-lucky and amazing, right? Your attitude's very cool as a cucumber, very cool, calm, and collected. There's no real concrete reason why you should be in a bad spot mentally before you kind of take on any action or before you kind of start toward any goal. And the path to success feels like it's just a matter of overcoming obstacles. And in this picture, we're really looking at our obstacle as a huge ass mountain. So as you can see up top there, your goal is at the very peak of the mountain, and that's what we feel like we have to traverse and climb over to achieve our goals. And really, this is where anything starts. It could be, a goal to lift more weights at the gym. It could be a goal to ask out that, person you've been wanting to ask out. It could be asking for that promotion or trying to take on new responsibilities at work. It could be a multitude of things. The goal, it doesn't matter what the goal is. However, it's the same framework involved, right? You have something that you want to achieve, and there seems to be a lot of things in your way to achieving it. And so this is how we're going to try and tackle to bring that goal that's super high and lofty and kind of bring it back into the stratosphere of, what we can accomplish. So what is our goal? It's highly aspirational. It's either one goal or many goals. There's really no concrete reason to say why you shouldn't be able to achieve that goal either. That's the crazy thing. And really, right now, it seems like anything is attainable, anything is in our grasp, because there's no real reason to think otherwise. In our achievement, there is none. We haven't achieved anything. We haven't even tried to do anything. We only have an idea of something that we want to achieve in our mind. As you can see, we have the goal at the top of the mountain, and that's what we're looking toward. We're looking toward the goal, but we haven't actually done or achieved anything yet. And then you start to do some things. You get to what we call you know what you don't know, or conscious incompetence. And as you're going into this conscious incompetence, you fall into this valley of regression. That's what I like to call it. It's the valley of regression. You feel like you're slipping into this area of just not terror, but you feel like you're a lot more uncomfortable. You start to practice, you start to do more things. You understand that you have a long way to go. And in understanding that you have a long way to go, you actually feel like you're farther away from your goal than when you started. You're feeling you're in a worse spot, right? You're less confident. Like in this pictorial show, you actually are slipping into like this valley. You feel like you're actually in a worse place than what you were. You're even feeling scared to implement the new skill that you need to achieve the goal, or you're feeling scared to implement the new insert here that you feel like you need to actually achieve your goal. And you're really self-conscious about the attempts to learn, to grow, and implement. You're really getting nervous. You're getting, awkward. You're kind of thinking more than what you really should be. You're reflecting a lot of negative ways because it doesn't feel good to have to try over and over again and not really succeed. You feel like you're even regressing whenever you do attempt to do more things, which is very frustrating. And so what's your goal? Your goal actually might become lower at this point because you're almost trying to make up for what feels more attainable, because you feel like you're regressing, because you feel like you might actually not have the skills that you need to achieve your original high lofty goal. You actually might lower your goal to make it seem more attainable, and you're actually overcompensating for a lack of self-confidence to actually work hard and go after the goal that you initially set out for yourself. So you actually also might even make your goals smaller, which is the exact opposite of what we're trying to do. You should never try to lower your goals. You should always try to increase the output in order to achieve your goals. I heard that in a book. I'm pretty sure it was by Grant Cardone, and I can't really quote it, but this essentially is the idea. Is Grant Cardone is saying, never pivot and adjust the goal that you have for yourself. You have to figure out how to increase your output, your level, your energy to actually achieve the goal that you initially set out to achieve. Because even if you do achieve that lower goal, you kind of feel bad about it because it wasn't the number one, that you wanted to initially. Your achievement at this point is effort, but no real tangible results. You're working to get better, but whatever you do, whatever those results are, they feel very insignificant compared to that huge Mount Everest peak that's staring you down, right? And it almost, like I said, it feels like you're regressing, even though you're putting in effort to go forward and move forward positively. It almost seems like the goal that you have with this new knowledge base, it makes you feel like you're regressing instead of progressing, and it's very, very defeating. So where does that lead you? Once you kind of hit this valley, you now are facing the door of fear. And when you're facing the door of fear, it's kind of this interesting position at the base of your mountain. The mountain is obviously what we're using as a personification of your obstacles, right? It could be anything. But what you initially thought was this huge mountain, you're actually finding there's a door in your path now. And so when you have this door, you actually start to fear it. Your fear starts to frighten. You're basically paralyzed at this point because you went from feeling so happy-go-lucky, you could do anything you want to, into, oh my gosh, I've tried so hard, I feel like I'm not even progressing, and it's like you're in this downward spiral of negative emotion and negative forward movement. And so you're facing this door of fear, and it's literally paralysis because you're so scared of what's happening in front of you. You're fearing failure. You're fearing becoming a failure. You're fearing judgment from both yourself and from others, both people who you kind of don't really care about, but especially people who you love and know who want the best for you. And sometimes the people who love you and want the best for you actually judge you the most and make you feel the most insecure about what you're going through. You have a fear also of not meeting your own expectations, which is truly frightening. What you think that you could do in the previous step, the don't know what you don't know, the unconscious incompetence stage, you feel like you can achieve this goal in the most grandiose of fashions. You feel like whatever this goal is for yourself, you can not only attain it, but you can probably exceed what your expectations are. But now that you've been going through the motions, now that you've been putting in the effort, you actually fear that you're not even able to meet your own expectation or even reach the goal in at all. So it's really this personified personal fear that's just like festering and marinating in your soul and in your chest, and it's very terrible feeling, and it's just very demotivating. So where is your goal now? Seemingly beyond your ability. No amount of work can get you past the obstacles in your way. No amount of output can get you past the mountain that is in your way. It's completely insurmountable. And no matter what you do, you feel like you're literally climbing Mount Everest, which is incredibly difficult, of course, unless you spent years and years training. But while we are trying to do that quote unquote training, while we are trying to put in those reps and that output, to achieve our goal, it just seems like we're never really getting closer no matter how hard we try, and it's just completely deflating. So what are your achievements at this point? Nothing. If anything, you've completely regressed and you're at an absolute standstill, so scared to even move forward. This door is just completely blocking you from any type of movement forward, and it's just degrading and just terrible. You're thinking to yourself, I'm scared. What do I do? I'm nervous. I don't want to. And the worst one of all, especially for me, is I'll just do it another time. There'll be another opportunity for me to achieve my goal. The same opportunity will present itself another day when I'm more ready. And unfortunately, this almost never happens. And it's something that we tell ourselves to be okay with not taking advantage of the opportunity that's in front of us. But deep down, we really know that we were just too scared to act on the opportunity that was in front of us. And in that specific moment, the door of fear itself, won in that battle. So we're at the door of fear. Does it mean that we're completely powerless? Absolutely not. In fact, we have two choices. We have to make a conscious decision between two paths. Our two choices are allowing fear to consume you. You can do nothing. It's absolutely a choice that's in your hands. You can absolutely do nothing. Or you can take menial steps toward a lowered goal that we both know wasn't the initial goal that you had for yourself. You can take slightly kind of tiptoey, swiffing along steps, and it might get you to something, but it's not really what you want for yourself. It's just something to justify any type of movement. You compensate for your lack of confidence and perceived progress when you are at this stage. AKA, if the door is closed, that means fear has won, like I mentioned a moment ago. You basically say to yourself, I'm just going to stand here because I can't face this challenge. I just can't do it. So therefore, this door, which is the gateway to the other side, and the other side, if you will, is always the goal for what we want that is beyond what we have, remains shut. That is one option. Or the other option is you can kick the fucking door down in explosive fashion. You keep trying as hard and as long as you absolutely need to succeed and achieve your goals without rest, without question, without even wondering why you're doing it. You don't give a flying fudgesicle about fear or judgment or even your own perceived fear of what you can or cannot accomplish. Achieving your goal is more important than any outside noise that can be hollered, yelled, or screamed at you at any point in time. You choose and you commit to relentless repetition and output until you achieve your goal. You simply keep on working, you keep on chugging, you keep on running your race because you can't fail if you don't stop trying. Eventually, your results will speak for themselves. But for right now, you just need relentless, absolute mind-boggling output, energy, and action in order to not only convince the universe, but to convince yourself that you are going to do whatever it takes to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. You are literally kicking that door into firewood because it and nothing else will stop you from achieving what you want and desire for yourself. So you have now made the incredible life-changing decision to kick the fucking shit out of the door of fear. And you go onto the other side, you see that there's matchsticks and firewood behind you, and what do you see? A brick wall. Now, of course, this isn't what we wanted to see. We wanted sunshine, daisies, and rainbows, and to have our goal given to us on a silver platter. But where do we wind up? We wind up at a place where you now know what you don't know, aka conscious competence, okay? You're at a place where you're starting to get better. You're at the wall of opportunity, and you know that it's going to take a lot of hard work and effort to get to the other side of your goal, to actually achieve what you want to achieve. But you're feeling energy about it. you're feeling excitement. You're feeling overwhelmed, but it's like the overwhelm, the butterflies in your stomach that makes you perform really well at a recital or in a big game or during a big test or whatever it is. It's something that gives you energy to perform at your best. You're going to get it done somehow. You're going to get it done some way. You don't know how or when or what it's going to look like, but it's going to get done no matter what. And it's hard. This work is difficult. It is not easy, but it is rewarding. You feel stretched. And that's the best part. You feel like you just keep on practicing. It's in a stretch zone. It's in an area that you can get to if you just reach out your hand just enough. There's good days and there's bad. Overall, though, the trend is in a positive. You're going to have good days and you're going to have days that set you back, that make you feel like whatever you're doing isn't right. But overall, the trajectory up and down is positive no matter what the peak or the trough looks like. It's in the right direction. You're directionally correct. As Alex Hormozi says, you might not be 100% correct, but you are directionally correct. And as long as your compass is leading you roughly in the direction that you want to go to, you're going to be in a very, very good spot. So you keep on trying, and you start to get a little bit more tired because you keep on trying and yet you haven't achieved your goal. And as you keep on trying and your goal hasn't necessarily been reached yet, negativity starts to creep in. Negative thoughts start to try to derail you in your progress. You're constantly questioning the path that you even chose to begin with when your results don't show up, because you're starting to question whether or not this was even the right thing for you to do, or whether or not you really can do it. You must overcome the negative self-talk from both yourself and others around you with action, consistent, persistent action, and positive self-talk. Because it's great to try to talk away the negativity. It's great to try to rewire the neurons in the pathways in your brain to think more positively. But it's only so good to think positively when you don't have evidence to back that up. And where is the evidence to back up this positive talk? That comes in your actions, what you do every day, the outputs that we've been discussing. And Alex Hormozi talks about this a lot, and quite honestly, that's where the verbiage that I'm using is heavily influenced by him. He talks about proof of action will get you through any self-doubt. And I'm absolutely borrowing from him and modifying what he's talking about, but it's all the same. You have to keep on trying. You might have been tired, but you keep on trying again. And now you keep on trying again. The hard work is paying off. You're succeeding at what you thought you could succeed at after many, many, many attempts. The wins come and go every few days or every few weeks. You get some wins, you get some setbacks. You get a couple of more wins, you get a few more setbacks. But in aggregate, overall, it's positive momentum moving you forward. Directional, positive movement to where we are trying to get to. And that is exactly what we're needing. So, you still haven't achieved your goal though. You kept on trying and you're trying again and you're schwitzing. You are sweating. You are so tired. But you know that you're not giving up because we decided at the door of fear that giving up isn't an option. We are going to prove fear is the loser in this battle. So you try again. You might have stretches of bad months, weeks, days, whatever it may be. You have no momentum and you're still tired. You have no positive energy. You feel like quitting. You say to yourself things like, I won't work today. I'll make up for it tomorrow. It's okay. Like we said before, there'll be another opportunity. It's okay. It's fine. It'll come around again. Negative thoughts like, why me? What makes me so special compared to everybody else? Why should I achieve my goals? What do others have that I don't, that they can achieve their goals and I can't? These are the things that start to mindfuck you along your journey. But you still keep on pushing without question. Even with question, you keep on pushing. And that last leap, your every ounce of blood, sweat, and tear has put into this last leap to get over this wall of opportunity, and finally you get over the hump. You're still chasing your original goal. You haven't edited the degree to which you're going after your goal. You're still going after that original OG big mind effing crazy goal. Nothing is going to stop you. Even yourself, even your negative self-talk, even your doubts, nothing is going to derail you. You don't know how you're going to reach that goal, but you are going to. And the blood, the sweat, and the tears that you give off during this entire journey is exactly what's going to propel you there. Your achievements are inconsistent. You have inconsistent results. Your work is generating positive feedback, albeit very inconsistently. You have enough output and feedback on your output to confirm that your effort is bringing in some type of results, which makes you feel very good. But you still need more practice. You need to tweak what's happening to maximize your output. And for me personally, that's where I'm at right now. I'm between the door of fear and this area of trying every day, week, and month to try and get over this wall of opportunity. And from here on out, I'll be the first one to tell you, I am assuming, I am perceiving what I think this world might look like. But I know for a fact that the door of fear and the wall of opportunity, this is very much how I'm feeling on a daily and weekly and monthly basis. And from here on out, we're now scaling this wall of opportunity to try and get to that goal that we've wanted the entire time. And after we have finally put in the reps to tweak what it is we need to tweak, to maximize what we need to maximize, we finally get over the wall and we are bigger, better, stronger, and we have finally done it. We know what we know. We have unconscious competence in what we are doing. We finally did it. We scaled the wall. Look at that. We're looking like Arnold out here, yoked and everything. You did it. You can sit back and you can say, wow, I went through the gauntlet, but I did what I set out to do. I didn't lower my expectations. I didn't lower my goals. I exceeded and I outworked the doubt. We're feeling limitless, excited, grateful, like a winner, ecstatic. You're stronger and tougher than ever before. You're Mr. Olympia in the 70s right now. You went through so much to get to where you are right now. The obstacles that you had to overcome were so tough, were so aggressive, but you proved that you were capable of achieving your lofty goals the entire time. You just proved that you had the cojones, the chutzpah, the whatever you want to call it, the drive that you needed. You had it the entire time, and you proved, you left it out on the field that you could achieve what you wanted to achieve. And as you dust yourself off, you take a breather, you take a swig of water, and as you're about to move on and set up your next goal and try and achieve even bigger and better heights, you think to yourself, you know what, let me just take a minute, let me just stop and see and look back at this journey that I just came on. I just want to give myself the self-respect and the admiration that I deserve for seeing how far that I've come. And then you realize that that mountain, that crazy obstacle that you were trying to get at that whole time with the goal on top that we thought was our goal was actually, oh my goodness, fake this entire time. You look at this mountain, this hypothetical mountain, and it's made of cardboard. It's made of plastic. It's made of plywood. And you realize that this mountain that we thought was Everest, was this crazy obstacle in our path, was completely self-imposed and self-made up this entire time. And really, it was just this crazy obstacle that we put in our own way to try and stop ourselves from achieving what we wanted to achieve in our life. And the lesson is this: you can do absolutely anything that you want to in this world, as long as you simply believe that you can do it. You can overcome anything and everything as long as you don't stop yourself from doing, from trying, from pushing, to failing, to continue to keep on pushing again. Not only do you achieve the original goal, but as a person, you are now much stronger. You're much more capable. You're mentally stronger. You feel physically stronger. And you have the proof that you can do what you set out to do, regardless of what you might have been feeling up in between your ears over here. Your baseline in general as a person has now been elevated. Your floor of expectation is much higher than it was before because you realize what you can accomplish on a baseline level is far greater than what you thought you could a few days and weeks and months and even years before. You have proof now that that is your new floor. You have proof you can attack your goals and you can fight through a very tough journey and come out on top, bigger, badder, stronger, and all of the rest. And now, as you are actually ready to move on to your next goal, your next big mission, your next achievement in life, there are 3 beliefs that you have that you can achieve absolutely anything. 1, you have to make the decision to achieve the outcome that you want. You need to physically say, I have an outcome that I want, a dream, a goal, and I absolutely, without question, will achieve this goal, outcome, dream of mine. 2, you put in the hard work to achieve that outcome. Put in the calories to actually achieve what it is that you want to achieve. And lastly, you must outwork and suffocate any negative talk along the way, whether it be from yourself, whether it be from others, whether it be from loved ones, whether it's from tertiary friends who you know casually. Any type of negativity can derail you. It is up to you to make sure that you put out work and put out energy and talk to yourself in a way that proves that any negativity is unfounded and that your actions are far greater than any petty negativity that's thrown your way. And with all of that, I say to you, go out there and make your dreams a reality. You know, this is just a simple framework to visually help you understand what your journey might look like. And like I said, I'm not even at the place where I'd like to be myself. However, this was a framework that I came up with a few weeks ago, and the visualization has helped me do things in the last month that has taken me 2+ years to do. Things that I thought about doing a year or 2 or more ago, I have started to truly work toward on a daily and weekly basis in the only last 4 to 6 weeks, but maybe only 4 weeks since I came up with this framework. So this is just my way of trying to help others out there who might be in the same situation. I don't know what your situation is. I know everybody has a different feat that they have to deal with, different goals, different life circumstances. However, this is just my attempt to try and share a tool with somebody out there. And even if there's one person who got something positive from this to take away to implement into their own life, then I'm grateful that I put out this video to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you did get something very profound and great from this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you think about this, how it has affected you, and if you think you have anything to add or if you have anything that is different in your opinion to my framework. I would love to speak with you about it. Please, if you enjoyed the video, give me a like, drop a subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see when I'm posting my videos. I'm trying to do at least 1 video a week for now, and hopefully we'll up that amount in the coming weeks and months. Again, thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk with you soon. Cheers.